welcome to the railway. I'm just going to do a short video today. First of all, apologies for not doing an upload sooner, but work's been busy and things like work take precedence over a toy train set. Anyway, what I'm going to talk about today is basically how I improved the running of the very basic Hornby 060 locomotives that come in train sets. On a previous video you see the GWR tank locomotive pulling a rake of I think 3 British Rail intercity coaches. I know it wasn't very prototypical, but it was just to show you the slow running speed, that was all, and what I've done to make them a better runner. So I've already taken the bodies off because there's buckets of videos showing how to dismantle things, etc. Number one, first of all, is looking at how the current gets to the locomotive. So, in other words, it comes from your track. This is DCC, obviously, as we can see there, DCC Fitting. And it's how the current comes from the track and into the locomotive. And what I found on the majority of these was, I'll pull this one over, this one I've got on a little helping handstand, is the little copper strips that basically touch the inside of the wheels didn't touch. Now, what I did was very, very carefully and gently move the axle to and from, and again to and from, and make sure that first of all, excuse me, that all 6 wipers were touching the wheels when the axle floated to and from. Now, you can purchase, they're not the cheapest thing on earth, but you can purchase one of these, which is a wheel gauge, and you can basically check the distance of the wheels on the track. To be honest with you, I've never really found a Hornby locomotive that's been massively out, but I found what happened was, especially on the GWR one, out of the 6 contacts, roughly only 3 of them touched, 2 on one side and 1 on the other. And when he went over a set of points that had the insulated frogs, all this is bog standard Hornby set track. There's not even a piece of flexi track on here. It's all Hornby set track. And what I found out was when it went over the insulated frogs, it would just cut out and stall. It would carry on momentum if you kept it at flat out speed around the track. It would pull whatever, and it would go over the points fine, but any slow running it would just cut out and stall. So the first thing was I checked that first of all that the wipers, if you will, the little copper wipers were touching. If you find out that they don't touch, don't try and bend them in situ, it will not work. What you need to do is remove the screws from the bottom and very carefully lift out the axles and the wheels. Remember how you lifted it out, so in other words, remember which way it was. Take it out, clean the wipers, the little copper wipers, and basically bend them out carefully with your fingers. They're very delicate, and just bend them very carefully out with your fingers so they're in and outward. Then lower the axles back in by pressing the wipers back in, lowering each axle in turn, excuse me, and then basically screw the base plate back on. Another thing that I found out was over lubrication, not from me but from Hornby. Obviously these things are packed, they could be unused for a number of years, and I found out that the grease was coming out from where the bearing carriers were on the axle and splaying all over the inside of the wheel, and this was also stopping current, if you will, getting to the motor and the decoder. So what I used was a little bit of isopropanol. For anybody that's under the age of 18 watching this, please get a parent to help you. You can use methylated spirits if you can't get hold of isopropanol, anything really that's going to act as a degreaser. And basically what I used some cotton buds, a little jam jar or a little pot. I use isopropanol because it's cheap and readily available. You can buy it from a chemist if you wish, or like I say, you can use methylated spirits. Please be careful. Keep it on a surface. It is highly flammable, So keep it on a surface in a well ventilated area. Use with supervision, use with care, please. And what I did was basically clean the inside of the wheels with a Q-tip or a cotton bud and some isopropanol, and cleaned all these up. So that was basically what we did. So we can check the distance between the wheels, clean the wipers, etc. Make sure that when the axle floats around, that it touches the wheels. The next thing was because these weigh next to nothing, there didn't seem to be enough weight. So there was two things that I did. Was first of all, you can buy this stuff, Deluxe Materials Liquid Gravity, phenomenal stuff. This £9 and you get 240 grams in this tiny little bottle. And for locomotives like the GWR tank, which I'm going to turn over in a second, for locomotives that basically do not have a lot of room inside, where I could, I've put liquid gravity in. So in the coal box at the back and in parts of the body that are not going to interfere with the running of the running mechanism, the motor or anything else, all cause a short. And then basically I just used some PVA, watered down PVA, and glued this in place. And that really did improve the weight. So there was more weight pushing down on the locomotive on the track. A cheaper solution is what I've done here. Now this, it doesn't work on everyone, so please bear in mind. So what I did was, if I turn this one over, I've stuck in some metal weights, and these are these things. These are what you can buy. These come off eBay. I got a pack of 10 for about £3. And these are the weights that you would fit to a car wheel when balancing the tyre or balancing the wheel. And they come with a self-adhesive strip on the back, and you can cut them down in sizes. So you can see the small size, 5 grams, the big one, 10 grams. So if I turn this over, you can see I've stuck 30 grams on each side of the locomotive, giving it an extra 60 grams in weight. So that really does press down on the locomotive. Again, you could use the liquid gravity, but because there's room in the locomotive to use this, use it. Be very careful. As I always say, you're doing this at your own risk. This is just what I do. It's not, there's no science behind it or anything like that. It's just what I do. So basically, I weight the body down as much as I can. I cram as much weight into that body as I possibly can. And this is a cheap solution. You can also use it in some wagons. Put little bits of weight in the wagons if you find out that the wagons are too light. It really is economical, good stuff. So like I say, £3 will get you 10 sticks. Fantastic stuff. So basically, that's really the end of the video. Not done much to the layout because of work, etc. And I do apologise. Well, one thing I have purchased is from these people in the Greenwood, and it's basically laser cut model kits. And I've started, I bought two. I bought a double track footbridge that's nearly coming to completion, and a single footbridge. I was struggling trying to get hold of a single footbridge just to go over there, because there's going to be another station here. I was struggling to get hold of a single one, so I got a single, and then I purchased a double. I think that, to be honest with you, they're a bit fiddly, do take a bit of building, but you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and at the end of the day, it's a bit of fun. I've enjoyed building them. I think the quality is superb. For the money that you pay for them, you're paying absolutely pennies. All cut out of ply, and fantastic. Every credit to those people, every credit. You can see, you can always pause the video, get the information from there. So that's it. That's what I've been up to, guys. Oh, just one other thing. Has anybody ever seen this? Now, it's a Hornby point, purchased from Hatton's. This is not Hatton's fault by any means, or any shape, way or form. But look at the install frog. It's actually got the metal piece on this side. Well, I know these don't work. I know there's no power comes through them, but there's a metal portion here. But it's been missed out of this side, and in the moulding process, it's been injected with plastic. How strange. Anyway, founder happens up, they're more than happy to take that back and exchange it. Well, there we go. How peculiar. Anyway, happy Easter, everybody. Thank you for watching. I've got a couple of diesels on the track at the minute. I've got a Class 58 in EWS livery, and I've also got a Class, Class 26 in British Rail livery. And these are both halogen locomotives. I love the halogen stuff. We'll just set off the Class 58. We'll set him going. Again, I did this video where for Christmas my good lady purchased me some of these wagons. I think Hatton's is still selling these EWS wagons for £14 for 3. Fantastic value. We'll just get the 26 going. On the 26 is pulling again a rake of 18 of the hopper wagons. And we'll just come round, just move the glasses out of the way. There it is. And again, I pinched this idea from Everard Junction, Richard at Everard Junction, putting the artificial coal in them. It's real coal on the top. There's the 58 coming round. No sound in these two, but the quality of the running and the weight of these locomotives was superb. That Class 26 halogen there, which again was a Christmas present, I think it was £59 from Hatton's. £59. I mean, it's just unbelievable value. You look how smooth that is. No stutter, no stall, nothing on the points, nothing. And weighs, God knows how much he weighs. It weighs a hell of a lot. The 58 also, you know, that has got an extra. That's 3 6 axles, where this is only 4 axles. But absolutely. You know, like I say, everything is just set track here, and everything has insult frogs. But there you go, no stuttering, no nothing. I'll just slow the 26 right down. Just look at the slow speed of that. No trickery, no nothing, no stalling, no, not even a slight hesitation. Phenomenal. Anyway, I'm waffling on. I will leave you now. Happy Easter, everybody, and speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye.